Minute 48 to go. Tied at 27. Willis under center. And he takes. Fakes the handoff. Bootlegs to his right. Stops. Looks. Throws left. Got Reed. Wide open. Yes! Down the sideline. 30. 25. 20.
Yes!
Banged out of bounds.
Yes!
Near the 15-yard line by Darnell Savage. This will be a 24-yard field goal attempt. Pretty much straight on. Ball will be placed down between the hash marks. Wheeling down on one knee. Arm extended. Here's the snap. It is good! For the second week in a row, Brandon McManus delivers the dagger!
Great, resilient effort, man. I'm so proud of you guys.
Pack on me, pack on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Hello and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, presented by Software One. Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, when the schedule first came out, I think everybody circled your upcoming game with the Lions. And as it turns out, 6-1 versus 6-2, it's going to live up to the billing.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough physical football game. You know, this is a premier team in the National Football League, defending NFC North champions. So we're going to have a great week of preparation in order to go out and play our best against one of the best teams in the league.
More about that later. For right now, what can you tell us about the status of Jordan Love?
Well, he's working hard to get back, and we'll see. We'll give him the week to see where he's at. But he's going to spend a lot of time in the training room.
Besides being a terrific young man, when Malik Willis has had to play significant snaps, you guys are 3-0. He's been everything you could ask for.
And then some. I think he's been a great teammate first and foremost, and we got such a great quarterback room with him and Sean Clifford and Jordan, obviously. But when given the opportunity, he's gone out there and gotten the job done. I think the team has a lot of confidence in him, and he's delivered when it's mattered most.
Do you think that's where the confidence comes from? He's backed it up with performance?
Absolutely. I think he's came in with the right approach from day one. He's done a great job of just learning our system and then going out there and performing. I think obviously having the 2 starts under his belt for us were key, but it's always a crapshoot when you go in there and you get called upon mid-game when you haven't had any reps throughout the course of the week, and I thought he went out there and executed as well as we could have expected him to do.
As a coaching staff, what kind of adjustments did you have to make when you lose Jordan for the rest of the game?
We made a couple, but by and large, we stuck with our game plan. Maybe relied on our run game a little bit more, and Josh Jacobs was running very, very hard and very physical, and he was making people miss, and that allowed us to stay with that.
Is Josh the kind of guy that can wear a defense down? Because he seemed like he did that in Jacksonville.
Yeah, he made a lot of people miss, and he's a physical runner and is always fighting to get extra yardage, and he's doing a great job of falling forward, and those are kind of like the hidden yardage, if you will. It makes a big difference.
Tucker Kraft blocks, catches, and runs after the catch. How valuable is it to you to have a complete tight end, a guy who can basically do it all for you?
There's not many of them around anymore. I think a lot of times when tight ends are in the game, and you almost treat them as 10 personnel. There's just not too many guys that are multi-dimensional anymore. And Tuck definitely brings that physical element to our offense and to our football team.
Matt, the 51-yarder to Jaden Reed at the end of the game that basically set up the victory. You said afterwards that that's a play you will probably never forget. Could you talk about it from your perspective?
Yeah, well, it was a play that we didn't even really have in the game plan. We talked about it on Monday. Matter of fact, Robert Saleh suggested it to us when he was studying the tape of the defense, and we talked about it, didn't put it in game. We ran a similar play, what we call a keeper, and Vrabel was looking at the pictures and noticed that there was a void in the defense. We installed it on the sideline, and it's a real credit not only to our coaches to be able to communicate that, but ultimately our players without any reps to go out there and execute that play and execute at a high level in a critical moment. It's big time credit to them.
Matt, defensively speaking, the takeaways led to short fields and 14 points. Were your takeaways the headline for you from a defensive perspective?
Yeah, I would say so. I think anytime you get 2 takeaways, you end up with 14 points. You could argue that was the difference of the game.
Matt, do you like this team's personality? If from the outside looking in, it just seems like there's a certain brand of grit to it.
Absolutely. I think we always talk about play style and play in a certain way, and your identity is whatever you put on tape. And I think the play style is on point. It hasn't always been perfect in terms of our execution, but in terms of the effort and the strain and the physicality and how you play the game, the things that are within your control, I think our guys are doing a really good job with that.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, rookie linebacker Edgerrin Cooper. Don't go away. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bellin Health, and by Jacksonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub, lots of matzo pizza. Edgerrin, you come across as a calm, reasonable man, yet you play the game with extreme violence. Do you have to muster that violence up?
No, they always say you gotta worry about the quiet guys. So, I just, as soon as I put the helmet and shoulder pads on, I just like to show what I can do.
Lawrence now under pressure. Coughs up the football. It's up for grabs.
The sack and forced fumble, give me your personal rundown of it.
Well, it started off in the beginning of the week. We made little tweaks to that play right there. He just said, just make sure you stay in that gap and just try to grind through and you want to pop out. So my main focus is make sure I just stay in that gap and, I just kept pushing that center backwards. And it happened. Violent route and ball came out.
Just a few plays later, you follow with a pass breakup that's over 40 yards downfield. How does that happen?
I think I'm a pretty speedy guy, that's something that's recognized around my game. So just being able to run down the middle of the field. So I just try to make the play. I knew he was going to catch it, so my thought was, just try to break the ball up as soon as he was falling down.
There's a leaping grab, get out, hang on, incomplete.
Edgerrin, when you talk to family and friends on the phone or something and they say, hey, I saw you on TV, how's it going? How is it going, Edgerrin?
We still a good amount of weeks into the season. I feel like it still hasn't hit me that I'm a Packer and I'm out here doing great things like this. So it's just a moment to celebrate.
Well, clearly you like it. What do you like about playing pro football?
You get to go out there and just showcase your talent. So doing that and showing people the player you are and the character you are, and there's just a lot of things that go around it.
Edgerrin, what are you hoping to accomplish the rest of the way this season, not only for Edgerrin Cooper, but for the Green Bay Packers? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Just taking the week step by step. That's all you can do. Just try to get a win every week. And if you stick to that little plan, the outcome that you want at the end will happen. So just trying to get better, 1% better every day, every week. Just try to clean up anything we need to do. So it just focus on little things and everything's going to come around.
He's hit and sacked, Edgerrin Cooper.
The countdown to the 2025 NFL Draft has begun. Green Bay is hosting this year, and you won't want to miss it. Mark your calendars for April 24th through the 26th and visit greenbay.com/draft25 for more information. Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. The play, the pass to Jaden Reed that beat the Jaguars, was actually a late addition to the game plan as a result of another play. That other play is called a keep pass because the quarterback does not hand off, he just keeps it. And a couple things about the way the Packers run their keep pass. They bring the tight end across the formation. They also send one receiver upfield and another receiver on a crossing pattern. And as Malik finishes his drop, let's see what's going on. Jaden Reed, nobody is paying any attention to him. I'm told he's a pretty good receiver. And the other thing is that this part of the field is pretty much ignored by the Jaguar coverage. Now, as this particular keep pass unfolds, Malik doesn't like what he's seeing, pulls it down, scrambles for 20. The Packers would score a touchdown on the very next play on Josh Jacobs' 38-yard run. But the Jaguars' coverage, or lack thereof, is duly noted. 1:13 left, tie game, it's crunch time, and the Packers are running another keep pass. Once again, they're bringing the tight end across the formation. This time he'll block. Once again, they have one receiver going upfield and the other receiver running a crosser. Christian Watson will have to fight his way through, but he'll eventually get there. And as for Jaden Reed, let's check him out. He's going inside to block with the big guys. No, he's not. He just keeps going. And this fellow right here, he claims to have suffered a cramp. How convenient. But whatever the case, he's beat. The Jaguars are beat. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch, beautiful run. And somebody tell Brandon McManus to start warming up. Here's Matt LaFleur with the rest of the story.
We ran the keeper earlier in the game, and Vrabel suggested it. He's like, hey, it looks like the play is there, and so we put it in on the sideline. So no reps in practice. I think that's a big time credit to our guys to be able to go out there and execute it. Jaden Reed, Tucker, the O-line, the backs, everybody's selling it, and then ultimately Malik making the throw. That was a pretty cool one, probably one I'll never forget.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Software One, redefining how companies build, buy, and manage everything in the cloud. The Packers and Fleet Farm encourage fans to visit any Wisconsin Fleet Farm location from November 1st through November 20th and round up your purchase at the register. All proceeds from the roundup will benefit Hoo-Ha Wisconsin. Support our heroes and visit your local Fleet Farm today. Welcome back. Time to hand out game balls. And Matt, on offense, you went with Josh Jacobs, who we talked about earlier, but the numbers say 25 carries, 127 yards, 5-1 a carry, 2 touchdowns, and that came against a pretty good run defense.
Yeah, it's one of the better run defenses we've played. It's a really good front. Not to mention, he had 2 other runs called back that were pretty significant gains. So I think Josh just is so consistent, and he will wear you down the more carries he gets in a game.
On defense, you went with the rookie linebacker who we heard from earlier, Edgerrin Cooper, and his numbers: 8 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and a pass defense. And when he wasn't busy, he was playing special teams, he made a tackle there.
Yeah, he did it all, and he made those splash plays. Obviously, a critical 3rd down and long that he was able to knock out of Christian Kirk's hands. The sack fumble led to 7 points right there. So he's a young player that's continuing to develop and getting better and better the more he plays.
Okay, and on defense, you went with Bo Melton, one of my favorite guys. He's just a zealot. I don't care what the role.
I don't know what that word means, but I like it.
Enthusiastic, tough.
He is tough, gritty. He's everything that we want in a Green Bay Packer, and he goes out there, and you can always count on him, whether it's on offense or on defense in this case. He was winning his one-on-ones and being impactful in the game.
All right, coming up, the last word from the coach, Doug Golway. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Fabic Cat, proud sponsor of the Green Bay Packers. The home of the 2025 NFL Draft is right here in Green Bay, April 24th through the 26th. Visit greenbay.com/draft25 for more information.
Hi, my name is Jordan Morgan, offensive lineman for Green Bay Packers number 77, and I love spooky movies.
I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I got Michael Myers, Jason, classic.
It was kind of impulsive. I mean, I really wanted a tattoo. It's pretty hard for me to come up with things that I really like and what I really want to get on my body. I started off getting the top of my knee first, and I couldn't just leave it at that. I had to get the whole sleeve, so the guy was just like, hey, we got to finish it. It looks really cool. So I was like, yeah, I really have to now.
I got Jeepers Creepers. Right here I got the Nun. I got Chucky. I got Pennywise or It.
The thrill. I mean, you watch it, your heart level it increases. You get excited. It's just spooky and scary stuff. I like to get scared. Whenever a horror movie's on, I'm gonna sit there and watch it. Whenever a horror movie comes out, I'm gonna go to it.
Hannibal Lecter. Got The Grudge.
Man, scariest movie I've ever seen. After watching it, it was like I got scared of hair, like loose hair in the shower. Like I was scared of hair. Like my sister always used to put her hair in my face. She was just teasing me a lot.
Right here I got Freddy Krueger, got Jigsaw, got The Exorcist.
People would probably think I'm scary, and sure enough, I mean, I go out in college, go out to do a coin toss, and people are just like, why do you have horror movies on your leg? Like, what's wrong with you? So it's like, it gives you that psychopathic type of mindset, and people just like kind of stay away from that. They're kind of scared of that, so it's pretty cool. Happy Halloween, Packer Nation. Go Pack, go.
The last word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers Local 139. Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach and Matt. The Lions are 6-1. They've won 5 straight, and they've got a lot of things to be concerned with. Is there a challenge that concerns you most?
Yeah, all 3 phases. They're well coached. They've got a lot of great players. Obviously, offensively, they're explosive. I think Jared Goff is doing a great job. They got one of the best offensive lines in football. They got 2 great runners, receivers, tight end. So they're loaded up front on offense. And then defensively, they know how to get after you. They're going to apply pressure. They're going to force you to win one-on-ones, whether it's up front with your offensive lineman or down the field with your wideouts. So it's going to be a tough physical football game, and we're going to have to play our best to beat one of the best.
But they do have to come to Lambeau Field.
That's right. We need our crowd to show up and show out for us. That is an advantage, and so hopefully we'll see nothing but Green Bay Packer fans in our stadium.
Matt, thank you. Best of luck against the Lions, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.